Okay, we're good. Hey guys, I'm Jessica Craig. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm super excited to hang out with y'all tonight for hopefully less than an hour. So I'm going to try really, really hard to get this done and not keep you guys all night long. But I think this is going to be very valuable and worth your time and energy to sit here and listen to me ramble for this long. So social media is what we're going to be talking about tonight. This social media, the topic, gosh, we could probably spend hours and hours talking about all the different stuff. So these are just going to be some basics, especially for some people who may not be super comfortable. I didn't realize that not everyone is a Facebook freak like me and has been posting everything that's going on in their lives since the beginning of time. So I know a lot of people are kind of private. Maybe they haven't gotten into the whole Facebook world, but I've been doing it for a really long time. So, you think you know what you're doing, and then you listen to some trainings, you do some research, and you're like, dang, there's a whole lot of stuff out there that I had no clue about. So whether you're just getting started with social media or you've been doing it for a long time and you think you know what you're doing, you're going to get some great information from this. So let me go ahead and get started. I've got tons of notes here to kind of keep me on track. The first thing we're going to talk about is what your page looks like, what other people see if they were to go to your Facebook page. So think about it like this. If you didn't know you and you wanted to know, I just friended you. I just friended Leslie, and I'm like, okay, who is this girl? I don't really know much about her. Let me click on her Facebook page and kind of see, what she's all about. If I scrolled through there, would I kind of get a feel for who you are, Leslie? Would I, your cat, would I feel like, okay, I can tell this girl, Leslie, she's into horses. She loves her family. She's into fashion. She loves shopping. I don't know. Would I see you? Would I see your personality? Would I be able to tell or get just a little feel of who you are? Or would I know right away, okay, this girl is selling something. All I see is prove it, keto, ketones, 5-day trial, 10-day trial, buy this, here's this promo, coupon this. Are those the things that I would see, or would I see more of you? So keep that in the forefront of your mind. I know, guys, I'm telling you, I'm guilty of it just as much as anyone. I'm obsessed with Prove It. I'm obsessed with ketones. It's everything to me besides my family, clearly, but it's a huge part of my life. So I have to consciously make an effort to not be a freaking Prove It promoter all the time on Facebook, because you know why? Not everyone is excited about ketones. Not everyone cares. Not everyone gives a rip about Prove It. They're your friend on Facebook because they like you, because they want to get to know you. So that's really one of the most important things that I want you to take away from this, is just be more of yourself on social media. That's most likely the only impression that a lot of these people are ever going to know or ever going to get from you. You're probably not going to meet them ever in real life. So they're not going to really get that one-on-one interaction and find out who you are. So the posts that you make, you need to think about them. Okay, so don't just blindly post things. Be conscious about what you're posting. Let's see. And the reason is, like I said, people will unfollow you. People will quit being your friend on Facebook. I've lost a lot of friends over the last 2 years on my Facebook. I've gained a ton of new ones too, but I've lost a lot of them. And I think it's because sometimes I'm guilty too. I get a little obsessive and crazy, and it's all I talk about. So just try to remember that. Never post the sales flyer, y'all. That's another huge thing. I know we talk about this a lot, or you'll see us make a post on the team page or something that says, do not post the flyer. And a lot of people are like, why not? It looks so good. It's so professional. It gives all the information. It tells the price. You don't have to do any work. You could just post that sales flyer and it would do all the work for you. But how many people have ever posted a sales flyer? I have before, I'm sure. that you can remember, did it go well for you? Did you get a lot of interaction, a lot of comments, and a lot of sales from it? Most likely your answer is going to be no. I can tell you for sure that I know I haven't. People don't want to see that mess. Think about it. When you're on Facebook and you're scrolling through, and I know y'all's Facebooks are like mine, and they're full of people who sell skincare or makeup or leggings or candles or whatever the heck they're selling. You see it, it's everywhere. Everybody's doing something. Everybody's got some kind of side hustle. So imagine if your Facebook feed was full of ads from Rodan & Fields or Mary Kay or Unique Makeup or whatever the heck. If that's all you saw was flyers from these companies, you would probably never even get on Facebook. It would be so annoying. And if anything, you would unfollow all those people that were posting it. So keep that in mind. What you want to see, people want to see that from you as well. And also, Facebook is so smart. I mean, it's like crazy how smart Facebook is. It's really scary. But they don't want you selling on there. They have made it very clear that Facebook now, they want people to be on for connections. They want people to be on to build relationships, not to sell things. So, for sure we sell things on Facebook. That's how I've built the majority of my business, is through social media. But you have to be really tricky and strategic about it these days. You can't just get on there and throw up Prove It. Let's see. So I'm going to teach you guys a little bit of ways to get your story out there so that you can sell on Facebook without being spammy. So everyone has a story, right? It doesn't matter if you got started yesterday or if you've been drinking ketones for 2 years, whatever. You've got some sort of story. And so the what is the saying? Facts tell and stories sell. Hey, Stephen, if you don't mind turning that down, it's like I can hear it in here. It's bugging me. Sorry. Facts tell, but stories sell. So your story is going to be the most important thing in the whole world. This is going to be what you're going to want to share with people. So what I want you to do, not right now, but after this Zoom or tomorrow, whenever you get some free time, I want you to take a moment to yourself and sit down and write out your Prove It story. Like literally just write it out on a piece of paper from beginning to the end. So before Prove It, this is how I felt. I was exhausted, stressed to the max, super moody all the time, just didn't feel like getting anything done. Just use all your different ways that you feel. Write all that down. Since finding Prove It, or since I found Prove It, or since I found ketones, however you want to say it, or since I found Pure Therapeutic Ketones, that's what you want to say, because we have that trademarked. I feel like this. I am a better mom. I sleep like a rock. I've lost 30 pounds of fat. I'm in a better mood. Whatever it is, whatever all those things are, write all that down. What I'm most excited about is, so that's going to be your next part. What I'm most excited about is continuing to drink this and get better, be a better version of myself, and share this with other people, help change the lives of my friends and family, whatever you want to say. So I want you to write all that out. So the format again is before Prove It, since finding Prove It, and what I'm most looking forward to. And your story, everybody's story is going to be different. So what you're going to do next is break down bits and pieces of your story. So your full story is wonderful, but you know what? You can't post that on Facebook every few days or every week, because people are going to usually scroll right past it, or get tired of seeing it or hearing it. Or if I see a big old long post, I'm just going to be real, unless it's a really close friend of mine that I want to take the time to sit and read it, I'll scroll past it. I'm terrible. Anybody else do that? Like just scroll past the super long post, like, oh, I can't do it. So just keep that in mind. If you are not going to sit there and read a 3-paragraph story that someone else has written out, maybe don't write one yourself. I'm going to try to look at the comments too, so that way I can see if anybody has any questions. Y'all just stop me if I'm going too fast, or if you have any specific questions about what I'm talking about. So what you're going to do with your story is break it into bits and pieces. So one week you may talk about sleep. Your prove it post may be, oh my gosh, I used to struggle with sleep. I could not make it through a full night's sleep. I woke up feeling grumpy. And now I sleep like a rock, or I sleep like my husband, or whatever you want to say. I sleep because that's something that has always been a huge thing for me. Stephen would lay down at night and start snoring, and I'd just lay there like my brain would turn on big time, and I would start thinking about everything. So prove it, or ketones have helped me tremendously with sleep. So if that's a part of your story, share that. Let that be one of your posts. But don't spew your whole story about how it's helped you with all these other things too. So maybe the next time you make a post, you talk about your mood. You could say something like this, if you have kids, because if you have kids, I know you feel me. Oh my gosh, my 2-year-old has been literally insane today. Is it a full moon out? This is nuts. I can tell you this, before finding pure therapeutic ketones, I would have been a bottle of wine in and locked myself out back. I am totally handling this differently now. Praise be, or something like that. That's what I would say. But just talk about your mood, what this has done for you. Of course, focus. You could talk about how you've performed at work, or maybe you've been able to get all of your things done in the house, whatever it is that it's helped you with. So hopefully y'all get what I'm saying. So a different post for each one of those. You don't want to make them all on the same day. You don't even want to make them all in days in a row. Like, spread those out. Sprinkle them within your real life stuff. The pictures of your kids, the pictures of your dogs. Talking about, just whatever, like your real life stuff. I'm trying to think of all the stuff I put on Facebook. If you have, yes, sprinkle. Oh my God, Nicolette. If you have a real life thing that I can't think of, post it in the comments or speak up, because I'm like brain dead right now. I can't think of more real life stuff. My life revolves around my kids, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much all I talk about on Facebook. Yes, like fairy dust. Okay. Yeah, and just be genuine, guys. People can tell if you're faking it. They can tell, or I know I can. I can tell from a mile away when someone's genuine. Be yourself. Talk the way that you talk. Use your own language and your verbiage. If you see me make a great post and you're like, dang, that is so good, and then you copy and paste my post, people are going to most likely know that that's not you. That's not how you talk. I have really weird ways that I say things. I say y'all all the time. I don't know, like I just feel, I feel like you have to be genuine. You can get inspiration from other people's posts. I do it all the time. I see tons of posts that I'm like, dang, that is so good. So I'll take it and I'll tweak it a little bit and make it my own. Yeah, Leslie doesn't say y'all, so that would not work out. Yeah, 911. Hey, 911 is really spreading like wildfire. Like, it's getting big. It's getting really big. It's definitely not just mine. It's really getting cray. I think I heard it on TV the other day. I was like, oh my God. Let's see. Sorry, y'all. I'm looking at my notes. Okay, let's talk about pictures. So if you're going to make a post, you don't always have to post a picture with it, but pictures are awesome, right? It's eye-catching. I love to see pictures on Facebook. Like I said, I get a little bit, and like, I don't know, I don't love all the words. So if you've got a picture with it, I'll usually go read it and see what you're saying. So if you're posting about, your energy, you can post a picture of the laundry that you folded that day. So maybe you had this tons of laundry, you just got it folded. That's a great opportunity to snap a picture and make a post about how you couldn't, a year ago, before you found pure 2 weeks ago, whatever it is, before you found pure therapeutic ketones, it would have taken you days to get this done, and you just knocked it out in 30 minutes, something like that. People can relate to that, especially, busy moms. They're going to be like, dang, I want to get all my laundry done in 30 minutes. What the heck are you drinking? Like, that's going to catch their attention a lot more than you posting a picture of a 5-day trial. I'm sorry, y'all. I have so many notes. I just don't want to miss anything. Oh, and pictures of yourself. People want to see you. Like, I know sometimes it's uncomfortable if you're not a big selfie person or you don't just love having your picture taken, but people want to see you. They're your friend on Facebook. They're connected to you. They just want to see you. So you don't have to post a selfie every day. You don't have to even do one every week, but it's great to occasionally see, you holding up your shaker bottle or you holding up your packet instead of just posting a picture of your shaker or your packet. Let's see. All right. If you want to build on social media, which we all do, right? I mean, I don't think that there's anybody who's listening to this Zoom, whether it be live or a replay, that doesn't have an interest of using social media as a way to build your business, because you're crazy if you don't. I mean, this is nuts. It's like we have a store, without all the overhead. We're able to reach so many more people than we can face-to-face. Face-to-face is awesome, and I never think you should take that out of your business, but it's incredible what you can do with the power of social media. So it's really, really important that you do things to continue to grow and learn. So use YouTube and Google and these Zooms, ask questions, go to other people's Facebook who are doing the right things that are working. Stalk them, follow them. I follow so many great people on Facebook. Like, if I know somebody's killing it and they seem to have a really good social media presence, I'll follow them and put them to see first. So that way I don't miss anything, and I watch them and I see what they're doing, and I don't copy them, but I definitely try to, mimic them, I guess is what you would say. Okay, another thing. This is huge, guys. Does everyone have their Facebook page set to public? If you want to use social media to grow, you have to set your Facebook page to public. I know sometimes that can be a little bit scary, especially if you're a private person. I'm not a private person, so my Facebook, I think, has always been public. Like, I don't give a rip. I'll just put it on CNN. It doesn't matter to me. But if you're private, maybe you don't want everybody seeing your kids or whatever, you can definitely, Facebook has different settings. So set your Facebook to public. And then if you're posting a picture or an album of pictures or even a specific post that you don't want the whole world to be able to see, you can use the settings on that post. You can use the settings on that picture. You can research Facebook settings, security settings, if you're unaware of how to do all that. I'm not going to go into details, but you can make it so that everybody can't see your stuff. But for your private post, this is huge. So what's going to happen is you're going to post a picture of, your messy house before and then how clean it is after. You're going to have this amazing post with a little story about how, Pure Therapeutic Ketones or Prove It or Keto Max or Keto Nat or whatever it is has changed the game for you, and you were able to knock this out. So you're going to have this cute little post up. Well, your friends are going to comment on it. If that post is public, it will pop up in other people's news feeds, y'all, that you don't even know. So I've made so many connections, and I'm like, how the heck did we meet? How did, they'll send me a friend request or send me a message or something. I'll be like, hey girl, how did you find out about me? And they will have seen my post on their Facebook page because their friend commented on it. So that's huge. That's not going to happen for you if you don't have it set to public. So that's a really big deal. Okay. Sorry, I'm like getting ahead of my notes. Okay, so let's talk about friends. It's important to add people all the time, and it's also important to delete people all the time. Facebook only allows you to have 5,000 friends, and honestly, it used to be the more friends you had, the better it was. Facebook showed your stuff to more people. If you had more friends, everyone was trying to max out at 5,000. They were just adding everybody that they saw. Like, everywhere you go, people were just adding. I used to be guilty of that too. But now Facebook has changed a little bit, and they don't really care so much how many friends you have. It's about the connection that you have with those friends. So over the past few months, what I've been doing each day and I'm going to share this with you guys. You can take notes and do it the way I do it. You can do it however you want to do it. But here's what I do. every single day, the way that I weed through the Facebook friends that I have is I will go to my Facebook memories. So you can click on, if you don't know how to do this, I'll tell you real quick. On your mobile Facebook app, at the bottom, those three little lines. I don't even know if y'all can see it. Anyway, the three little lines at the bottom right-hand corner, what pops up on mine, and I'm assuming it's the same as y'all's, is I have a little thing on there called memories. And it will pop up memories on this day. If you didn't know about this, your life's about to change because this is really cool. So it's one of my favorite things to do each day because I get to scroll through and see pictures, posts, whatever has gone on in my life over my past however many years I've been on Facebook. I think it's been a lot of years. So I'll scroll through there and I'll see all these different posts that I make. Some of them I'm like, oh my God, how do I have any Facebook friends in the whole entire world? Like, how am I even here still? But some of them are great because I get to see my kids when they were little and all that kind of good stuff. But I use that as a way to reconnect with people that I have not talked to. I forgot they were on my friends list. I'll use that as a way to delete people who I don't want on my friends list anymore. So I'll go through, and if I have a post that has a lot of comments or something, I'll click on there and kind of I don't spend a ton of time. So I don't want you guys, spending 30, 45 minutes on this each day, but I'll scroll through there. And if I see somebody, I'm like, oh, dang, I forgot about her. I will either delete them if I look at their page and I think, gosh, all they do is share stuff and play stinking games. I'm like, out of here. I don't need you on my Facebook. You're clearly probably not interested in ketones. Or if it's somebody that has not posted in forever, all you see is where people have wished them a happy birthday for the past 3 years, delete them. They're not getting on their Facebook. Or if they've passed away, like I feel really bad, but if you're not here with us anymore, I don't really need you on my Facebook. So I feel bad about that, but I do that all the time. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. So I just try to make room for new people. So if you wanted to sit down and take some time and like literally go through your friends list, you could do all these same things, but I don't have time to do that. So I find that this is a great way for me to weed out my Facebook friends. I'll also use it as a way to reconnect. So if it's someone that I'm like, dang, I haven't even talked to this person. I totally forgot about them. I've clearly never had a conversation with them about ketones. And most likely they have not even seen my Facebook stuff because I'm never seeing theirs. They've never commented on anything in 5 years, whatever. So I'll shoot them a message. Like, don't be afraid to shoot people messages. They're your friend on Facebook for a reason. Connect with them. I just say something dumb. Like, I'll go to their Facebook, I'll look around and see what's going on in their life a little bit. And then I'll send them a message. Hey girl, how are you? You popped up on my Facebook today. Haven't talked to you since 1992. What's up? Your kids are adorable. Like just regular conversations. I don't come at them and say, hey girl, how are you? What do you know about ketones and ketosis? Because I just think that's weird. I don't do that. But by starting conversations with them and reconnecting, sometimes it'll lead into the conversation. They'll be like, I'm awesome. My kids are great. How are you doing? What's new with you? And then I may be like, I'm doing great. I'm just over here slinging ketones, or like whatever it is I want to say to bring up the conversation. But guys, it's just about making genuine connections. You don't have to be a robot and just spam people all day. Like, talk to them, get to know them. Sorry. Okay, I also use my birthdays. So I know you guys, if you've ever been on a Zoom or Action Zoom, or if you're living under a rock, I don't know, but we always preach about the birthday thing because it's just a great way to connect with people. So here is my big tip, and I think this is really cool. I started experimenting with this probably about a month ago, and I've seen a huge difference. So a lot of people wish people a happy birthday on their actual birthday, and a lot of times I don't get a response back. And it'll kind of like really tick me off. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just sent you the nicest birthday message and you didn't even respond. But most likely they're crazy because y'all know on your birthday you get 2,700 people commenting and all these messages. You're out eating cake, like whatever's going on, and you're busy and you forget. So I usually do it the day after, and it also opens up a little bit more of conversation. So I'll send them a message. Hey girl, I hope you had the best birthday ever. Did you do anything fun? something like that. Or what did you do to celebrate? Like I'll ask them the question because, Mandy has talked about us saying, I wish I was eating cake too, Ash. Mandy has talked about saying, hey, happy birthday. I hope you have the best year ever. What are your plans for today? And so that's a great one too. So if you want to do it on their actual birthday, that's awesome. But if you want to wait and do it the day after, Facebook still shows you, it shows you birthdays today, birthdays from yesterday, and then the birthday that's coming up the next day. So I always do it the day after. Just a tip from me. And I've seen a huge difference in my response rate. And a lot of people say, well, how do you bring up the conversation? I don't. Like, I'm just genuinely wishing them a happy birthday and making a connection with them and trying to have a conversation. Facebook is so stinking smart, guys. Like, they are going to show your post and what's going on with you to the people that you interact with the most. It used to be liking. Like, you could just go and like somebody's post and Facebook would be like, oh, cool, these people like each other. Let me show their stuff. Like, it's not like that anymore. Comments don't even work all the time. The only way that a comment will work is if it's an interactive comment. So if you go on somebody's Facebook page and they have this picture of their family or whatever, and you comment and you say, oh my gosh, how cute, and they don't respond to that comment, Facebook's not going to take that y'all like each other because there was no actual interaction. So what you want to say is, oh my gosh, how cute. Where did you get those shoes? I literally have to have them. Or something, you know what I mean? Like maybe not that exact thing, but something like that. And then that person's going to say, thank you so much. I got them at Kroger. You know what? I love you, Ashley. I make fun of Ashley all the time because she always talks about Kroger and buys her clothes there. Okay. What time we got? 7:30. Okay, we're doing good. Let me read the comments really quick. Okay, so comments are great as long as you're interacting, but the best thing you can do is to be in Messenger because they love Messenger. They want you to use Messenger, and it's because Messenger is the thing that tracks you. That's the thing that follows you around, listens to you, and that's why you'll be literally thinking about something and you won't even say it out loud, and then you'll get an ad for it because there's something crazy up in that Facebook Messenger. So anyway, Facebook wants you to use Messenger. So how you can use it is like we already talked about, messaging people that you haven't talked to in a long time, messaging people on their birthdays. Just scroll through your Facebook. Take a few minutes a day, scroll through your friends list, scroll through the active people on Messenger. Make it a goal to just straight up connect with 10 to 20 new people a day. And I don't mean, what do you know about ketones and ketosis? Hey, Paisley. Everybody wave at Paisley. I just mean genuine connections, y'all. Just, hey, girl, how are you? How's the family? Just, regular old stuff. And eventually, this will be a good thing for you guys. Eventually, these people will come around. They will see your post. They will see your folded laundry. They will see that you have lost 10 pounds of fat and are fitting into your skinny jeans. They're going to see that stuff because you have connected with them through Messenger. Let me flip over here. If you get a friend request, I know a lot of people just accept everybody, and I think that's totally cool. If you don't know them and you don't know, as long as they don't look like they're from a different country and they're super creepy and you want to accept them, go ahead. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to accept their friend request, or you're going to send them a friend request and they accept it, send them a message. Don't let them just take up real estate in your Facebook. Be bold. They have added you because they want to connect with you, and you've added them because you want to connect with them. So send them a message, super easy. Hey, I just, thanks for accepting my friend request. How are you? Just something basic. If they don't respond to you, leave it for a few days, and then I would just go ahead and delete them. Like, don't just leave them on your Facebook if they're just going to be there for no reason. Because that's, you're going to want to delete and add all the time. You never want to keep the same people on your Facebook. Of course, your same friends, but not the same randoms. I'm sorry, y'all. I have so many notes. And I've said a lot of this stuff already. Dang. I just memorized all this, y'all. Stories. Facebook stories. I didn't even know this. So who uses Facebook stories? Do you guys use them? Okay. Facebook stories are actually connected to Messenger. So if you'll notice, if someone replies to your story, it'll go into your Messenger. A lot of times people will like just send me the heart emoji eyes or the laugh and cry face or whatever, and I don't even respond to it. But clearly I wasn't thinking because I didn't realize it. When they respond to your story, whether it be an emoji or they send you a message about it, make sure you're interacting back with them because that's just like a personal message. So take a few minutes each day. I rarely even look at Facebook stories just because I kind of forget about them. So this is something that I'm adding into my DMO is like just a few minutes of going through Facebook stories and actually responding, sending messages to the people whose stories I'm seeing because Facebook is going to use that as an interaction and show our post to each other. And then we'll talk about Instagram in a minute. Of course, you guys, I think you've probably all heard this before, but make sure you're using the GIFs. Is that how you say it? I never know if it's GIF or GIF. Does anybody know for sure? I don't know, whatever. I call it a GIF. Make sure you're using those. It's just a tool that Facebook has given you. And so anything that they give you that you can use, they're going to love you and they're going to show your stuff to more people. So use the GIFs. And plus people love them. So I also heard this and I thought this was a great idea. How many people have started having a conversation with somebody that has been interested? And then you're like, okay, awesome. Can you watch this video for me and let me know what you think? So you send them your campfire video and then it's crickets and you're like, what do I do? What do I say? Do I bug them? Do I not? Like what's happening? So if you'll send them like a GIF of like just type in looking or searching or whatever, all these different little GIFs will pop up of like people doing this and like, you know, people coming out of the bushes and stuff. I don't know. It's just really funny. So people will love that. You can send a GIF and just kind of break the ice a little bit instead of being like, hey girl, where you at? You know, people just love that. And of course, I don't know if y'all were on some call that we had. I thought this was genius too. Natalie Kilborn, I think it was, she said that she goes to YouTube and looks up songs like the Stevie Wonder. Is it Stevie Wonder? Who sings it? The Hello song. Hello. Actually, you sing it all the time. You know what I'm talking about? Is it me you're looking for? You know what I'm talking about? Like search that song in YouTube.
Lionel.
And actually, Lionel. Who did I say? Stevie Wonder? I don't know, whatever. Search the, don't kill me. Search that song and actually, Steven, stop. I hate you. And actually send them the link to the song. Like, I think that would be hysterical if somebody did that to me. No, nobody send that to me. Don't send me Stevie Wonder songs either. Whatever. Okay, so we got stories done. Oh, okay, let's talk about timing. And I'm not saying, y'all, I'm doing this Zoom for you guys, but please do not think that I do everything that I need to do every day and that I'm always on top of it. This is something that I for sure need to get better about is timing my post. They should be about 3 hours apart. You should do no more than 3 posts a day. Like, I'm really bad. Like, I'll just be like, oh my gosh, what should I order at Burger King? Like, I'll post everything on Facebook like I'm just talking to my friends. But let's just be intentional. Let's try this for the next week. Let's try to be really intentional with what we're posting on Facebook and what time we're posting it. So 1 to 3 posts a day. Make sure they're about different things. And the reason is because you're going to be competing with yourself. If you make a post and then you make another post an hour later and then a couple hours later you make another one, then you make another one, then you make another one. Facebook doesn't know what post to show to your friends, and it's not going to show them all. Y'all know that. So just be really intentional about it. And also the best times for when most people are going to see your posts. I work from home. I'm on my phone all stinking day, but you know what? Everybody else isn't. So if I make a post at, 2 or 3 in the afternoon, a lot of people aren't going to see that. But if I'm smart about it and I make one like early in the morning, first thing in the morning when people are checking their phones whenever they're just gotten into work, or maybe they're sitting there drinking their coffee and they're scrolling Facebook. That's a great time. Lunchtime, everybody gets out their phone on their lunch break and checks that. And then the next best time would be kind of later in the evening. A lot of people get off work, they're rushing around, they're really not even able to check their social media until they've gotten home and gotten all that good stuff done and gotten the kids to bed. So just remember that those are the best times. That doesn't mean that's all you can post or when you have to post. Whatever's good for you. Just something to think about. I'm sorry, y'all are going to be singing it. Hey, Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Okay, so that's the best time for you. Yeah, and a lot of people I've seen have really great results when they post on Sunday nights. So I think on Sunday night, a lot of people are just literally just chilling, sitting there on the couch, scrolling Facebook. So that's a great time to do it. Let's talk about when to share your full story. So like I said earlier, you're going to write down your full story and you're going to sprinkle those different bits and pieces throughout your days on Facebook. But sometimes you need to tell your whole story. I always think, gosh, everybody knows all about mine. They're probably sick of hearing it. But you know what? I've made tons of new friends. I have interacted with tons of people who have never seen my stuff before, probably don't know what the heck's going on. So I recommend, like I said, I'm talking to myself, not just y'all, but what works best is a Facebook Live to tell your full story. So if you're uncomfortable, I get it. Maybe don't make your first Facebook Live you telling your story, because that may be super personal. You may be vulnerable. You may feel uncomfortable. I get it. Everybody's story is special to them. So practice on some Facebook Lives with your kids running around in the backyard. Or, if you're at some kind of social event, sometimes I'll pop on a live or whatever. If you're singing karaoke at a Mexican restaurant, that's a really good time to do it too. But make sure, just give it a try. Like, tell your story live so that people can hear it, they can see it, they can feel it, they can know exactly what you're talking about. If that's not your jam, that's okay. I'm not forcing anybody to do Facebook Lives. I'm just telling you they work. Facebook Lives have been around for a little bit now, but Facebook still wants you to use them. So they're going to show them. They're going to show them to people. They're going to get put into their notifications. Jessica Craig is live. People are nosy rosies for life. They want to know what the heck you're talking about. Like, I click on Facebook Lives all the time. Like, this lady was selling paparazzi jewelry last night. Like, I don't give a rip about paparazzi jewelry, but she had on this blingy hat, and I just wanted to click on it and see. It's just so dumb. But anyway, I'm not knocking paparazzi jewelry or the lady that did the live video. Good for her. Get it, boo. But I just clicked on it because I was nosy. So y'all think about that. And I did. I tagged Ashley. I was like, yes. Okay, sorry, I'm mean. But if you can't do Facebook Live, another great way to share your story is to just make a great personal post. I realize that your story is going to be a little bit long, so think about it when you're typing it out into your Facebook post, maybe cutting it down a little bit for for Facebook. That's not taking anything away from your story, but maybe leave out a little bit. Break it out into different sections. Make it eye-catching. If the post is just all put together like all the words, I can't get down. I can't read it. But if somebody has a post and they broke it down into sections, put some spaces in it, put some emojis in it, made it look appealing to me, I will go stink and read it. Isn't that crazy? So I know, does sharing posts kill your algorithm? What do you mean, Leslie? Like, if you click share on somebody else's post?
Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Just when you're teaching new promoters how to post and boost their engagement, how you do some engagement posts and things like that. So I go back and I look at their Facebook pages and they just share stuff. They don't ever post authentically. So I was always under the impression that it killed their algorithm a bit.
Yeah, I think sharing stuff is not good. I mean, I'll share something every once in a while if it's really super funny, like a funny video or something. Like I shared one today. It was, y'all have to go watch it. I don't know if it's just me, but it made me laugh really loud. But
Where did you find that?
Sierra posted it and it was so
Oh,
funny to me. And I was like, I don't normally share a lot of stuff, but this has me cracking up. So I shared it. It's so dumb. But, but yeah, you don't want to be one of those. Like when I click on somebody's Facebook page and all they've done is shared like pictures of cats and like weird stuff, I'm like, you're freaking weird. I'm out. I'll delete them. So just don't be a weirdo. Okay, don't share stuff all the time. Be real. Be you. Be authentic. Um, let's talk about engagement, Leslie. You were talking about whenever you get a new promoter and you're teaching them how to get engagement. This is something that is huge, guys. Like we talked about it last night. So if you were on the Zoom last night, then you already heard it. But sorry, Shannon said if you're doing a live and barely anybody watches, do you delete it? Like 1 to 3 people. I personally would. That's just me. Like I don't feel like you have to. I mean, you could hide it from your timeline if you don't want it on there. Like if it wasn't a great live video, I delete a lot of my live videos because sometimes they get a little crazy. But yeah, if you don't want it to be like something that highlights on your page, if somebody were to click on your page to check you out and that was one of the first things they saw was a crappy live video that you did, you can definitely delete it or hide it from your timeline. Okay, so I'm talking about engagement. So guys, this is so important. I make an engagement post, or I try to, literally almost every single day. If you don't do it every day, at least do it a couple times a week. Ask a question. That seems to get the biggest response from me because people are so opinionated and they just love to tell you what they think. So I will ask stuff that I literally don't give a rip. Like I don't care. I've already made my decision. Whatever. I will just ask just to get the comments, just to get the engagement. So if you need some ideas for that, just a couple right off the top of my head, and we probably have a million. If you have a great idea, type it in the chat. But what's your favorite Netflix, Amazon Prime, or Hulu series? Everybody watches TV and they'll give you their suggestions for that. What's everybody having for dinner tonight? Inspire me. I'll use that sometimes and everybody will put what they're having for dinner. Christmas ones, like who's putting up their Christmas tree before or after Thanksgiving? That's a great one. Everybody will give you their opinion on that. Let's see, the perfume one. Yes, what's your favorite perfume? Girls love to share their beauty secrets. What's your favorite foundation? What's your favorite mascara? People tell you all day long about that. Oh Lord, opinion on Trump. Call 911. I don't even know if I would put that on there. You would for sure get a lot of engagement, but it may not be the kind of stuff you want to see. It would probably get a little bit heated and crazy. So I would kind of stay away from political stuff if it was me. Okay, where can I find cute holiday Christmas pajamas? I love that. Just anything. Just ask a question. People will love it. And especially if you have kids, like ask a question about your parenting style or something like that. You're going to get a lot of comments. Let's see. And also consistency is key, y'all. It is so important. There are days when I've been Facebooking for a really long time and y'all know I'm really all about it and I do really good. And sometimes I'm a little overly Facebooky, but if I ever take some time off, like if I've been sick or if I've had a lot going on in my life and I haven't really been on Facebook that much, I haven't been making my regular posts, I haven't been making sure that I'm commenting and engaging and doing all these things, my Facebook will be so dead. The next time I'll make a post, like I'll get no comments, nobody will see it. And I'm just like, what's going on? But it's because I haven't been consistent. So if anything, just make sure that you write these things down, just a few things to do every single day. And over time, you're going to see a huge difference in your Facebook following and the way that you're, getting feedback on your stuff. Warm up your algorithm before you make a post. So we talked about the great times to post, but make sure you have enough time to maybe do your birthday messages or something before you make a post, or go through there and comment on several people's posts, send a few messages, whatever. Be a little bit active on Facebook before you make your post. Um, here's a good one. I didn't even realize this. This is kind of new. Facebook actually pays attention to time. So when you make a post, you want to make sure, if you can, I realize not everybody can all the time. Maybe you're at work and you have 2 minutes to make a Facebook post. Go ahead and make it if that's all the time you have. But if you can, make sure that you're making your post at a time that you can be engaged in that post. So as you have people commenting, respond back right away. So it used to be the longer you could keep your post alive, the more people would see it. So you used to want to wait until you had a lot of comments, or maybe go back, later that night and start commenting on it so it would pop back up in people's feeds. But Facebook has changed it. So the only way they're going to think, oh man, this is a good one, we want to show this to a lot of people, is if there's a lot of comments really, really quickly. So as people start commenting, you go in and reply, ask more questions, keep the conversation going, get as many posts or comments as you possibly can as quickly as possible, and that post is going to go a lot further. I didn't know that. I thought that was really cool. Okay, so we're getting close to, we got about 10 more minutes, and I actually think it's going to take less than that. I'm going to talk a little bit about Instagram. We could do a whole different Zoom on Instagram. I'm not the Instagram master. These are just a few things that I have learned along the way. I'm still currently trying to figure all that out and grow and use that a little bit more. But Instagram is almost as big or bigger than Facebook now. Like, everybody's Instagramming. It's kind of like Facebook's the loser and Instagram's like the cute new girl at school or something. I don't know. So I got to get my life together and really figure this stuff out. So we will for sure do another Zoom on Instagram. I'll figure out who on our team is an Instagram rock star and get them to share with you guys. But here's what I've got for you. So hashtags, if you aren't using hashtags, they're amazing. A lot of times I forget to use them, or I won't take the time to research the great hashtags that I should use. So I wrote down an app, and I'm sure there's a million bazillion of them, but here's just one for you guys to use. It's called Focal Mark, and it will give you hashtag ideas, and you can actually copy and paste them and use them in your post. So you don't want to use the same hashtags on every post, but what you could do is use that app and copy and paste, like if you're making a post about a keto meal or something like that, and get all these different ketogenic hashtags and save them in the notes on your phone. So that way when you make your post, you can just go over there and copy and paste all those hashtags and put them in your post. That way you're not having to think, because like I'll make a post and I'm like, okay, keto life, ketones, ketogenic, ketosis, like keto meals, like I'm just literally racking my brain trying to think of all these things, and it gets on my nerves, and then I'll just end up putting two. But it's called Focal Point, Focal, I'm sorry, Focal Mark, my bad, Focal Mark, MARK. You want to use, Instagram has like a maximum amount of hashtags you can use, so you can only use 30. So you want to keep it between like 20 and 25. The reason is because if people are commenting on your posts and they use a hashtag, like in their comment, they're like hashtag adorbs or whatever, whatever they hashtag in the comments on your posts, that counts as one of the hashtags. How many times can I say hashtag? That counts as one of your hashtags on your post. So if you get over 30, they're not going to show that comment. So just try to keep it around 20 or 24. I don't know if you guys even know what a hashtag is or how it works or why you would want a hashtag. If you don't, let me tell you really quick. And this is something that I'm really getting into, and I'm like, dang, this is awesome. Hashtags are everything. So if you are looking for something specific, like a lot of times I'm always like, what color do I want to get my nails done this time? Like, or do I want to do a fun design? And instead of using like Pinterest, I feel like Pinterest is like the old days. I will type in nail design or fall nails or nail art or whatever. I'll type in all these things in my little search, and it pops up all these hashtags. So I'll click on the hashtag, and I will be able to see tons of pictures of beautiful fingernails, because whoever posted them hashtagged nails or fingernails or whatever. Um, yes, Facebook is different. So on Facebook, I rarely use a hashtag. I'll just use a couple because you're right. They don't want you using a lot of hashtags, but Instagram is totally different. They love hashtags. So use them all the time. And also use your hashtags as a way to meet new people on Instagram. I'm always like, how do you find new people on Instagram? Because it doesn't really give you like suggested friends or anything like that. Or doesn't like pop up like it does on Facebook. So I'll use hashtags. I will go and follow people who um, are following that are using the hashtag keto or keto meals or keto life. Now, a lot of it is super genuine. I really do love to get inspiration for meals. I really do love to get inspiration for keto desserts, whatever. So I'm following those people because I genuinely want to see those types of posts on my feed, on my Instagram feed. And I'll also like follow them. So instead of just following the hashtag, if I see somebody, I click on their hashtag and I'm like, dang, that looks so good. That keto dessert looks so good. So I'll look at their Instagram page and they have tons of great recipes. They seem like a super nice person, whatever. I will actually follow them on Instagram and I'll comment on their stuff. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I can't wait to make that. Like I'll try to make genuine connections on Instagram, just like you would on Facebook. Um, Instagram is the same way as Facebook as far as showing your post to certain people that you've interacted with. So you want people asking you questions. You want to interact with them and reply to their comments, just like Facebook. And you want to use Messenger and send them messages. And then the stories. I'm like losing my voice. Hang on just a second. Stories, Instagram stories are everything. Like I can really get into the rabbit hole clicking on Instagram stories. So make sure that if you are utilizing Instagram stories, you keep it, post some stuff that people are going to want to see. Like you can sell all day long on Instagram or Facebook stories because it does not matter what you post that whoever's watching your story is going to see every single thing. So that's where you're going to sell your trials. That's where you're going to really hit them with, oh, we got a promo, 20% off today. That's where you're going to show those great before and after pictures. But make sure you sprinkle in some real life stuff in there too. Like if I followed a girl that sold Rodan and Fields and all she posted were pictures of people's face and a picture of some face cream, like if that's all she posted, even on her story, I would never watch that story. I would skip right past it because I'd be like, boring, not watching that. So make sure that you're keeping it real and posting some funny memes or a video of your kids or, you guys know what I'm talking about. Just be real, be a real person. But for sure, you can put way more prove it stuff in your stories than you can on your regular feed. I've been talking nonstop for an hour. Can you even believe it, Ashley? Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss anything. You can also archive posts on on Instagram. So every once in a while, I'll actually post a real thing about a sale, like an actual post on my Instagram. But I won't leave it on there. Or if it's not a great one or whatever, if it's an actual like picture of a shaker or something like that, like I feel like people aren't going to want to see that. So a lot of people won't even follow you, especially if they think you're selling something. So if your Instagram thing is just like pictures of 5 days and shaker bottles and this with a couple of pictures of you and your kids sprinkled in between, you're not going to get a lot of followers. But if you seem really genuine, you have great pictures, your Instagram feed looks really nice and neat and great, and what's the word I'm looking for? Attractive, then you're going to get more followers. So go take a look at your Instagram. If there's something on there that you don't think looks great, delete it or archive it. So that way it's not shown to everybody. Don't forget to use filters. Instagram is just like Facebook. I think they might be owned by the same person. I don't even know. But if you, they want you to use their stuff. So use your filters, even if, you're not a big filter person. And I ain't posting a picture unless it has a filter on it. And if somebody else does, I'm untagging myself immediately. So I will do a filter and then I will filter it again with another filter. So if I go turn up missing, ain't nobody going to know who I am or what I look like, because I do not look like my pictures. But Instagram loves for you to use the tools. So use the filters, use the stories, use the little thing on the stories that you can put a filter on it. Another cool thing is Instagram now has it where you can change the shape of your picture. So they have these different layouts. So if you'll change your picture to landscape, it makes it a little bit longer. So when people are scrolling through their feed, you're going to pop out to them more, because everybody's Instagram pictures are square, right? They're just square, 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 square. And then all of a sudden you see when that's a little bit longer and it's more eye-catching. So write that down. Use the landscape feature in a filter. And don't just follow keto people, y'all. Follow people who have genuinely like the same interests that you do. If you love horses, search the hashtag horse or horses or horse life or whatever the heck horse people say. I don't even know. I don't have a horse, but search some hashtags, follow some horse people, make some new friends, comment on their stuff. Like the whole world is out there for us to friend, you know what I mean? For us to build relationships with. And so if we're not taking a little bit of time each day to learn and grow and do it, your business isn't going to grow from a social media standpoint. Now, if you ain't trying to build your business on social media, please disregard everything that I've said for the last hour and continue to, do whatever you're doing and rock your business that way. This is strictly just for people who are genuinely interested in growing their social media from a business standpoint. I think I have everything, y'all. Try new things, y'all. Try new stuff. Dare to suck. The Milkies did an entire Zoom that was about daring to suck. And so I keep that in the back of my mind sometimes. I'm like, oh, do I really need to post this? Do I really need to do this video or whatever? Like, oh, what if this is terrible and everybody makes fun of me? Like, who gives a rip? You've already won. You're already killing it just for trying. So if something's not working for you, you can always try something else. Like, just get out there, get out of your comfort zone and do the dang thing. So it is 7:58. We knocked this out in less than an hour. I'm so stinking proud of myself. I knew that I was going to probably go over. So I love y'all so much. This is recorded. Feel free to share it with your team members. Like I said, we'll get some more info on Instagram, because I definitely don't feel like an expert in that area, and we'll do this again. If you are a social media guru or whatever, and you have more great tips, I would love to collaborate with you, maybe get some other people to do some Zooms, so you're not just hearing what I have to say, because I'm telling you, social media is a big old bunch of stuff, and so we probably have not even scratched the surface. So love you guys. Hope y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.